Can I get any faster version of that song?
I'm just gonna tell you when it's best half of 9. In the background, the voice of Zach Williams, No Longer Slaves. As we get ready to welcome the man himself, Dr. Batson, with overcoming health issues. Good morning, Dr. Batson.
Good morning, Mr. Carter, sir. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, and you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. A pleasant good morning, of course, to the listeners of Sky 99.5. Always a pleasure to be in your company on a Sunday morning. Of course, keep in mind that we are live on our social media platforms, all 4 of them. We are live on Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And on TikTok, it's Batson and Associates. So easy to find. Like us, tag us, share us. We have some persons on the live already. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Vidya Abdul, Miss June Jatan, Miss Annabella B over in Tobago there, Miss Nicola Hurd from Antigua, and of course, Miss Dawn Ellis from Columbus, Ohio. Early, Miss Annette Jofield, a pleasant good morning to you as well. Joe, just hearing the name Jofield alone, I always think Tobago. And there's a popular Tobagonian surname. So again, yours truly, Dr. Jason Batson at Batson and Associates. Of course, this morning we're discussing for you health from a natural and integrated perspective. Of course, it's always interactive because I want you guys to have some sort of benefit as regards to what we say, right? So, if I just come here, maybe I might discuss something that pertains to you. And of course, we normally do that. But of course, there might be something as regards to you specifically that, you might want some clarification. I mean, in radio clarification, that is, of course, you don't want to divulge too much of your information, but, make it sort of generalized, but specific, if you understand what I'm saying. You're always smart, bright people, so you all know what I'm saying. Okay, so keep that in mind. Of course, Mr. Carter, of course, will remind you of those numbers in a bit. Keep in mind too our locations and telephone numbers. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building. That is in Chaguanas. And that telephone number, of course, is 222-6281. That's 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314. That's 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Of course, St. James as well. That's Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. Of course, the office as well in Davie. Davie is the corner of Ramsey Moon Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie. And of course, Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. So of course, as the program continues, we'll give you those telephone numbers and remind you of those locations. Product on special this month, Nerve Restore. So there's some real good news on special in the sense that there's actually a discount associated with Nerve Restore. And that's tell you how, and Batson and Associates, we always take you guys into consideration because, I mean, that product would have sell on its own. But of course, so many persons now having challenges with sleep. Of course, very soon that PMS center that we'll be opening together with those other centers in Londonville, of course, where we'll be actually focusing on depression, anxiety, mental health, which is very important and should be discussed. The problem is most people confuse mental health issues with insanity. They automatically assume once you have a mental issue, something is wrong with you, you're mad, as they say. I think mental health in Trinidad, we need to do a lot more work in persons actually identified early signs of not necessarily mental illness, but I think more mental fatigue is what we need to say, because a lot of the persons that I have come across in my practice, a lot of the times, even though they might be diagnosed with things like bipolar, schizophrenia, which are mental diagnoses, I mean, serious mental health disorders, a lot of times I didn't really believe it was actually that from the onset, but it was really a nervous breakdown, because you have different degrees of nervous breakdowns, in the sense that you could have a very mild nervous breakdown, you could have moderate, and of course you could have a severe one. Severe ones are usually very um, plain to see, they're very blatant, sorry, in the sense that, it's quite obvious, I should say rather, where, problems with sleeping, different outbursts, issues with even seeing voices and hearing different songs, hearing issues associated with negative um feedback, like, like somebody actually telling you to try to kill yourself, that kind of thing. People would experience that. So the reason why they're experiencing that is because of the degree of nervous or deterioration rather of the central nervous system. You have to understand how important your central nervous system is. So let me give you an example. In fact, you see, we find our topic for today. So I just started talking about mental illness and we just went into that. So that's where we will go. And of course, if you guys have any questions as we go along, we'll touch on things like insomnia, depression, that type of thing, right? So back to the example of the point I was making. What I was saying is that you have, for example, indications of persons who may have certain deficiencies, mental deficiency, right, that they may not be aware of. So, for example, let me give you an example. So, let's say a central nervous system has deteriorated and has continued to deteriorate. Remember, your central nervous system controls what? A number of things. Right? So, it controls your sleep, it controls your feelings, it controls your temperature. So, for example, women who are diagnosed with postpartum depression subsequent to pregnancy. You remember, postpartum depression is not something we used to hear about before. Postpartum depression, I mean, when you look at diseases, is relatively new as compared to other diseases. So postpartum depression came about or was recognized as a result of how these women were behaving after they had these children. But the point is, they had a what? They had a central nervous system deficiency, deterioration, whatever way they want to put it. Your central nervous system wasn't functioning properly. And as a result of that, you ended up with what is now diagnosed as postpartum depression. Remember, your diagnosis or your symptomology most of the time is unimportant. As ridiculous as that might actually sound, in most instances it is. And I can give you numerous examples of that. And of course, later on, as our discussion progresses, keep in mind that we are live on Instagram. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT on Instagram. And of course, we have a number of persons joining us on Instagram. We have let me say a pleasant good morning to Jace Mollet. Always have to excuse me with these Instagram names. These things just be so like some of you all have your first name, your middle name, everything in between. So I try to read it as quickly as I could comprehend it. Ian Tanner 202 has joined us. Angel, so like Liver Angels has joined us as well, 26. Keep in mind too as well, we are live on our Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson Associates Limited. Of course, Miss Carol Myers, good morning to you. Miss Sharon Theodore, Miss Denise Hurst again. Yes, reminding me from Antigua. Always a pleasure to have you guys in. We have a pretty large following in Antigua there. A lot of clients, ordering the products of Batson Associates. And those, of course, when they get to actually come in and having a consultation done. Miss Cheryl Griffith, good morning to you. Miss Jacqueline Tyson, always a pleasure to have you in. Miss Annabella B, our like and share advocate, as she's reminding me here, like, share, tag 5 people. And she put her 5 people here: Nikasha, Kenshal, Natalie Dennis, Jess Kennedy, Trisha C. Wilshire, and Natalie Kojo Nelson. Right, guys? So remember that, share us, tag us, invite 5 people. And of course, we have a number of giveaways taking place. Actually, this evening we'll be actually doing a live. That live is going to be from, well, yeah, evenings from 8 to 9:30. And on that live, we'll be actually doing our Father's Day giveaway. It's a good thing I decided to look there. So that's something that we have to do as well. So you guys could look tune into that. That is actually a question and answer live that we do. I should be joined by one of our senior consultants. I believe Miss Karishma Ramdan will be joining me later on. So you guys could stay tuned or actually tune into that rather. We'll be live on our social media platforms. Of course, that's Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And on TikTok, it's Batson and Associates. So check that out. That's going to be this evening, 8 to 9:30, question and answer. And of course, before that, we will do our Father's Day promotion giveaway that we had in store. So we're going to have some lucky patrons there. So, tune in. Good. Keep in mind as well, it is an interactive program, even though we're speaking about mental health, we're speaking about, what might be termed insanity, what might be termed schizophrenia. Initially, it really wasn't that. It really, really was not that. Even in instances where people hear voices. Remember, if your central nervous system is being affected, it means that, remember, your central nervous system deals with thought and processing of thoughts. Perception is a serious thing. Remember, your perception is your reality. So in an instance where you are now nutritionally, in some cases, deprived, and as a result of that nutrition or deprivation, of good nutrition, or are you in a situation now where you now experiencing mental health issues? So you all understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't that. So the point is, and that's one of the things we do at Batson Associates. That's why I'm such a huge advocate of the live blood analysis, magnetic resonance analysis, because it gives a grounding in the sense that it gives us the basic aspects of the human body. You see, the thing is, medicine and diagnosis is not a hard thing to do. Don't let it fool on you with that. That's not a hard thing. The problem is a lot of the time they're chasing the diagnosis and they're not dealing with what is directly in front of them. I've had people, they prod you, they choke you, they dig you, they take 69 pints of blood, and they still can't tell you what's wrong with you. Still cannot tell you what is wrong with you. I dare you. I challenge you. Whatever sickness you have, come by me with that nonsense. Well, no, let me apologize. I don't mean to say nonsense, but come to me with that. Where they can't find what's wrong with you. Man, give me about 10 minutes with you. I will tell you what's wrong with you. And I'm not only telling you what's wrong with you, and I'm telling you what to do or how to correct it. Are there instances where persons have waited too late? Of course. And if that is the case, I will tell you. I'll say, hey, here what, you wait too long to come for us to deal with this for you. So since I sincerely apologize, I cannot help you. Because I can't. If we can't help you, I'm not going to take your money for what? To give myself a bad reputation. There's nothing else to do. I'm not going through that. So the point is, if you are ill, and you're ill for long, all this celebrating an anniversary with disease, you're 35 years, you have diabetes, have or they could keep an anniversary, cut a cake. That is nothing to be proud about. And I say that in no way to be condescending or facetious in any way, but simply to state the obvious. You cannot be sick for all those years. That is madness. It is nonsense. Utter nonsense. There has to be a reason why you are ill, regardless of the illness. Regardless of the illness. Shaquille is going to have to do something for me in a little bit. And one of the things that I need Shaquille to do for me is take that for me. Yeah. So in those situations, why are you sick? Why do you have psoriasis? Ask yourself that question. Why do you have psoriasis? We all know what psoriasis is, right? For those of you who do not know what psoriasis is, this is what psoriasis is. Psoriasis is referred to or categorized as an autoimmune condition, which are conditions where the immune system is set to attack itself. And the reason why I'm saying it like that is because I am not in total agreement with that definition of what autoimmune conditions are. Autoimmune conditions are more deep-seated underlying issues. I want to deal with the underlying issues. Essentially, you deal with the symptomology, which is the autoimmune condition. So that's why I said it the way I said it. Good. So with psoriasis, you have a situation where you have a chronic skin condition. If you see how psoriasis looks, doesn't look good, it doesn't look pretty. Women who have psoriasis, if you have it on your legs and that kind of thing, or certain parts of your body, you would not wear a bikini because of how bad it looks. And you're embarrassed and whatever the case may be. Let's go even simpler. Let's go to the simplest. Let's look at LOTA. Look at LOTA and dandruff. What do you think LOTA and dandruff is? That has absolutely nothing to do with your scalp and absolutely nothing to do with your skin. Those are internal aspects that show underlying issues. So that's why I say I challenge you. Challenge you. The problem sometimes, or the challenge that we have, is when you're properly well medicated and over medicated at that in some instances. And I say that with no apology. I'm not attempting to open a can of worms or a Pandora's box as regards to, the law with medicine and what medicine really is, and integrative medicine and Western medicine and which medicine is correct. And that's not the nonsense we're going with, right? What we're trying to do is figure out how we can help people. At least that's my objective. I don't do politics. I really don't have time for it. Because I have a lot of results as regards to what I do. Because you come there to get results. So let's get you the results that you want. Is it going to take some time? Possibly, yes, because time is different for each individual, depending on the situation or what we may have to address. Because you might get one person, you have what, I think 11 or 12 organ systems in the body. Example, your musculoskeletal system, which is going to comprise of your bones, your tendons, your ligaments. You have your integumentary system, which is actually your skin, which is your skin, that's dermis, epidermis, different aspects of the layers of your skin. The appendages, which would be things like your fingernails, your hair, and that type of thing. That actually makes up your integumentary system. So when you have dandruff and you have LOTA and you have even things like bad breath and bad perspiration, those are what? Those are underlying issues. You have 7 channels of elimination in the human body: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So let's break it down. You have psoriasis, right? Psoriasis is an inflammatory, integumentary system issue. Good? So it's primarily an inflammatory skin condition. So how are we going to fix that? With steroids? That would be my first choice. Me personally, if I'm dealing with it, especially with my skin. You ain't give me that to take. I'm not taking that. So do you have an option? First of all, we need to determine where the psoriasis problem coming from, where the LOTA coming from, where the dandruff coming from. Why is it your hair falling and it's only 25 years? Why do you have scalp alopecia and you had a good, when you was 19, 20 years, your head was full of hair. You reach 40 and all of a sudden your hair started to fall out your head and you get bald. And somebody's going to look at you and tell you that you have an autoimmune scalp issue. Come to me with that. And I'll tell you what's wrong with you. You have a serious compromised immune system. But let's carry back a little further now. How are we going to deal with that? Your immune system is wet. What comprises your immune system? Your immune system is very intricate, and it's very diverse in terms of anatomy and physiology because it crosses different organ systems. So your immune system, so part of your immune system is actually in your cardiovascular system, which is your white blood cells, red blood cells. Your musculoskeletal system also comprises part of your immune system because red blood cells are produced where in your bone marrow. Your bone marrow comprises what? Your musculoskeletal system. Then your immune system crosses over into your gastrointestinal system because your gastrointestinal system is your gut, and 70% of your immune system lies in your gut. So if you have an immune system problem, how do we fix it? But you notice, you see the piece of mathematics I do there? You see where we went? We're talking about one system, but we crossed 3 different organ systems: cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, and gastrointestinal. So that is one of the reasons when people come to you and they tell you you're sick and you can't understand why you're sick, we will tell you why you're sick. They're not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Cancer, the big C. That is the C that everybody afraid. Cancer. Cancer is a what? An immune system disease. You want me to say it again for you here? Cancer. That big word that everybody afraid. Whether it's pancreatic cancer, gastrointestinal cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer. It is a what? It is an immune system deficiency. If you have a proper, well functioning immune system, you cannot, you shall not, and you will not get cancer. Go and check it if you don't believe me. Check it. Do the research and see if I'm talking nonsense. So that's why when you talk about, and I give this example some programs ago, I first of all, I need to issue an apology to Tobago, and I'll do that apology in a little while because I had some situations this week that didn't allow me to go to give that particular aspect so that we really be able to, understand and deal with those situations. Okay, so let me give you the office telephone numbers quickly. And that telephone number, of course, for the Sugar Warner's office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 8261 or 314, sorry, 9975. So, Carter, just remind the audience of the telephone numbers so that we can actually, if they need to ask any questions as regard before we continue the conversation.
Yes, most certainly. That WhatsApp will be 333-9950. So you can message on WhatsApp at 333-9950. And you can also call 625-2759 or 624-7729. That's 625-2759 or 624-7729. And back to you, Dr. Batson.
Yes, so don't be shy, and it is overcast. And I know some of y'all on your way to church, some people in church, some of y'all home, so don't feel, I know the weather, I think I'll only want to wrap up in all your bed still, even though that might be the normal human response. We all have responsibilities, and it's what, 9:53 a.m. So don't be sleeping on me. If you have any questions, feel free to call, ask your questions. On Facebook as well. I could entertain your questions on Facebook. Let me just say some good mornings. Miss Carol Myers, good morning to you. Miss Sharon Theodore, Miss Joan Williams Roach, Miss Cherry Alexander, Miss Pam Powell, Miss Sherry Alexander, Annabella B. Says good morning, Miss Betty Phillip, Miss Pamela Moses from South. Good morning to you, Miss Annie Love, Joan Garcia, Mr. Emmanuel Sutherland. A pleasant good morning to you, sir. He says, good morning. Can you talk more about the dandruff and LOTA and what can be done to treat it? Okay, good. I'll deal with that, Mr. Sutherland, for you. Miss Frederica Joseph says, good morning, Dr. Batson Associates, watching from New York. Thank you for all the good health information and products. Blessings to you all. You're very welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so Mr. Sutherland, Miss Cindy Hoyt, of course. Present, good morning to you. And where Cindy is, very soon we'll see Honeybee. Good morning, Cindy, my dear. Always a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, so Mr. Sutherland. So as I was saying, as regards to the aspect of the integumentary system, I'll go back to the immune and cancer and that type of thing in a bit, sorry. Yeah, so the thing with LOTA and dandruff, but even hair loss, it is to be cool. But here and you see a big punch here just coming out here. I will die. Yeah, and that's the vein side of me talking. I will die. Can't say you can imagine you pull your girl up a morning and you're still a locks. I ain't seen you in a long time. You're still a locks. You can imagine you get up a morning and half of your locks fall out. You know, is that? No, that's devastation. The world coming to an end there. So you can imagine people who don't have locks and you have your hair and no, that's not right. But there's a reason why you lose your hair, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. Genetics is not the best thing sometimes, but God in his wisdom when your parents meet and they do whatever they do and you came along, you wasn't no part of the negotiation, I wish I could have been there, I would have some serious things to say. You understand? We were no part of the negotiation. So when our parents procreate and we come about, they open the box 9 months later, or whenever you come, if you come at 8 months, if you're a little hurry, or if you was wanted to be a little delayed, or you want to get trouble, you was breach, whatever the case may be. When you reach, sometimes genetics might necessarily be in your favor all the time. And we understand that. You might come from a family short, you can't help that. Everybody in your family short, you come out short, you're short, What you gonna say? When God was sharing heights, or they didn't get none. And I'm not attempting to be facetious or rude in any way. Don't take me as being, I'm making a point here. And the same applies to somebody who's very tall. That's your genetics. Color of your eyes, thickness of your hair, shape of your face. But somewhere down the line, you might get something that you don't want. So you might be from a family that might be prone to cancer. Or you might come from a family that they prone to cardiovascular disease. There's a genetic predisposition, because the thing is, anyone who discounts genetics in any aspect of what goes on in the body is going to be they confused and delusional. They need to not be part of medicine. So even though my specialization is integrative medicine, and I am not a medical doctor, but I work with medical doctors, and I could work in any sphere of medicine. Any way they put me to work, I could work. Believe me. The point is, that genetic aspect is there. You can't run away from it. However, and I always say this, and people think it's a joke, or they take it as, me being facetious or something like that. No. When I say genetic, load the gun, but lifestyle, pull the trigger. And I gave an example about Napoleon Bonaparte. If you research Napoleon, well, there was a lot of controversy. One of the things they say was somebody killed him. I think they said it was the Spanish or the British killed him or something like that. But there were a lot of reports that, and it was documented, that he died from cancer. Based on the description at that time, we would not call it cancer at that time, of course. They talk about a disease of the stomach and something about like that. And they said he eventually died, and of course he died very young. But they said when you look at his family, his mother had cancer as well, or what would have at that time been considered this disease of different parts of the body. I believe it was his mother. It was they said she had an issue with bleeding, so that would have most likely be some form of ovarian cancer. Then his grandmother. So they essentially had, if you want to call it a cancer gene. So I'm saying this to the people who like the crutch. My mother have diabetes, and we come from a family with diabetes. Or no, 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 no. Don't pick up that. Don't pick up that at all, at all, at all. Wherever you pick up that piece of paper, go and carry it back. Put it down. Put down that bag. Don't pick up that at all. Because that is going to encourage you to be lazy and do nonsense. I always tell people I'm supposed to be. They tell me, loss here for you. By the time you reach 30 years or 35 years, you're going to be a bald-headed man. And I ask them if they're mad. A man like me, who I have my head like a zabuk, I have a long, long head here. You can imagine they give me a bald head? No. That's wickedness, man. That's wickedness. So I refused to allow that to happen to me. So I made sure and supplement my diet and did certain things and took care of myself in a particular way so that does not happen. And believe me, I saw it for myself with me and other clients. So much so that's something I'm going to do on a grander scale just now. So there has to be something that you could do, whether it be in the forum of exercise, whether it's in the forum of even prayers, spiritual, because there is a spiritual aspect to the body. There is something that you could do to help you dodge that bullet. Genetic loads the gun, but lifestyle pull the trigger. Get out of that nonsense. With my grandmother had diabetes, and my grandfather had diabetes, and my cousin had, no, 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 no. They get diabetes because they wanted it. I tell you so. Show me somebody different in that generation that didn't do the nonsense that everybody else do. Show me someone, and I guarantee you that they have no diabetes or hypertension or cardiovascular disease. Can you imagine a woman watch me and tell me what heart attack is running in she family? I say heart attack is, I said the reason why heart attack runs in your family is because nobody in your family runs. Because if they used to run and exercise, or they would not die from heart attacks. So heart attack don't run in your family. There's nobody in your family runs. And that became a big joke. But that's very, very serious. Because if they do some sort of something, exercise, improve your water, meditation, something, you will get a better response. I guarantee you that. It has been proven time and time again. Don't let nobody fool you and they tell you about, oh, we don't have no clinical studies to prove that. Wait, I will find them for you. Because there are documented cases in clinical nutrition. That's one of the things that we learn. When we finish Londonville, there's going to be an integrative cardiovascular center. All you who arteries block up and who are this and angina and all your neck hurting all there and all kind of thing wrong with your heart and this and no. We're gonna fix that for you. You having problem with erection? You don't know erection have a lot to do with your heart? All of these big people here. That has a lot to do with cardiovascular. About smokers, one of the things we're going to be organizing there, specific aspects and application to detox. So if you're a smoker now and you want to live a little longer, we'll sort you out. Because smoking is not one of the easiest things to stop. So at the end of the day, I am always a practical person. Always. You have to be practical. So you need to do something to negate the negative effects of the smoking. You don't agree? As I always tell people, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different results. Jan Musa says, good morning. My son and I have hypohidrosis. We sweat a lot in our hands and feet and armpits. Is there anything that can help us to stop this? My grandmother also had it, and my father, now me. I have 2 other siblings, and they don't have it. The thing is that again, genetic load the gun, but lifestyle pull the trigger. The thing is that has to do with, that's a central nervous system problem. That's actually your autonomic nervous system acting up there. You have 2 aspects of your autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The thing is, your autonomic nervous system, is one of the most volatile aspect of your nervous system in general. Your autonomic nervous system is your, as I said, sympathetic, parasympathetic. That's your flight or fight response. So that is what is going to a mother who maybe in an accident and she gets out of the car and half of the vehicle is on her husband or her children. Your autonomic nervous system with your sympathetic, parasympathetic, I can't remember which one of the 2. One of them is going to actually go into motion there, and she's going to get a rush of adrenaline and be able to actually lift up that car. It has happened before in instances like that. Because that autonomic nervous system is very volatile. It responds, it is very instinctive. So in a case of people who have problems with sweating and their hands and things, that is the system that needs some, addressing. So I would say that's endocrine imbalance. So if I'm doing anything with that, I'm going to look at dealing with your endocrine system. So from what we offer at Batson and Associates, I would use silver with mineral formula. Nerve Restore, definitely, because that has the ability to actually do a number of things with your central nervous system, which makes it such an amazing product. We actually have some products in that same vein coming in, or what we'll be doing, God's willing, coming in at the end of the year, because we're doing a lot of work with PMS people. So many women have PMS. I feel so sorry for you all. And again, I'm not trying to be facetious or condescending in any manner. However, you need to deal with it, because we know how it feels to not feel good. We know that. Okay, so again, those telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Mouch Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Keep in mind our program that we're going to be having tonight. That's a live. We're going to be doing that special live. That's going to be from 8 p.m. to 9:30. And that, of course, is going to be a question and answer. And that's going to be on all our social media platforms. And, of course, our Father's Day giveaway that we had for the Father's Day promotion for the entire month of June. All right, we'll actually be drawing those prizes this evening. So that's something to look forward to. Ms. Rachel Johnson, a pleasant good morning to you. She says Santulan is a boss for detox. Great product. Thank you so very much. Miss Abigail Whiskey, she says, good morning, Dr. Batson. I love that statement. Genetic load the gun, lifestyle pull the trigger. Just this week, I was saying that to my niece. Good. Miss Kati Samaru, good morning to you as well. So again, Kata, over to you. Any questions?
Yes, we do have a question actually. What do you have for internal tremors? I believe it's tumors, internal tumors. And what can I use at home until I can actually purchase your products? A 51-year-old female.
I think she means to say internal. It's tremors, she say, right?
Yes, internal
How she
tremors.
spell it?
TREMORS.
Right, okay, right. That's again, so that's central nervous system. Female, what age?
51.
Okay. And that could be anything to do with uh pre premenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. That's definitely an endocrine system challenge. What to do, what you could use, boy. Um hmm, uh okay, first thing, water. You need to up your water intake. I always give you all that advice, and that's because of how important it is to remain hydrated. So you're drinking water right now. So whatever water you're drinking, continue drinking it. Just drink your body weight divided by 2 ounces. That's the first thing. The next thing, look at the foods that you're using. Try and reduce sugar. Reduce things like hydrogenated oils, so corn oils and those type of things. Try to eliminate or reduce that significantly from the diet. You want to improve your gastrointestinal system. So until you're able to get things like digestive balance, digestive restore, which is actually going to help to bring back some balance in terms of grounding for the gastrointestinal system, because optimal digestion and or assimilation rather of food is virtually or vitally rather important to any sort of improvement taking place. We cannot make improvement in the human body if assimilation is compromised, and that's the problem with most people who say your food don't digest, or anything they're giving you don't digest. So you're eating fancy food, but everything is do not leaving the body. There's a reason why pH plays an exceptional role in bodily functions in the human body. So when people tell you need to alkaline your body, that statement isn't entirely true. You need to alkaline certain parts of your body. Because in order for optimal survival and optimal homeostasis, equilibrium, balance in the body, it is imperative that certain parts of your body be acidic. Example, your mouth. The pH of saliva or the pH of your mouth is supposed to be 6.4, which is what? That's acid. The pH of your blood, however, is supposed to be slightly alkaline, which is 7.3. And deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood do not share the same alkalinity. They are off by about 0.5 or 0.05. So that in itself, it just goes to show how important that balance is. So it would be the dehydration aspect, removing the sugars, reducing any inflammatory foods from the diet. As regards to supplementation, omega is going to help. So some sort of omega. I am very brand specific as regards to those things. Of course, for a number of reasons. In order to get the results that you're looking for. But definitely, you need to look at your endocrine system. I believe it is some sort of either perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, which again, we're going to be focusing a lot when we open that Londonville clinic, because of so many women who have this thing and all they don't know they have it. And so when you feel they're going mad. And again, I say that to not be facetious or condescending. It is a serious, 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 serious thing. You need to deal with that. You suffer in half all this suffering because all you want to suffer. I tell you that. You sick and you're sick for years and you get like if there's you need an award for that. You know you saw no with nobody. I mean, I'm trying to make you feel bad in any way, but I mean, you for yourself, you wish you could do better. But there are a lot of individuals who can do better and you don't do better. So you got to take the diabetics. We're going to be doing a lot of work with diabetes coming out to the end of this year or the last quarter and into next year, God's willing. Can be diabetes, still have diabetic losing their feet and getting blind. Really? Not in my clinic. That ain't happening. That is not happening. And we guided you. We have a call? Sorry?
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, Dr. Batson, the Santula, right?
Right.
There's 3 packets in the
3 tea bags. 3 tea bags in the park, yes. You have to use, you have to use, you have to use all 3 tea bags. That's what you want to know?
Yes, and also will that one step work? Or we have to do a second one?
It depends. It depends on why you're doing it, what you want to do. Is it that you want to lose weight? Is it that you just want a detox? What is it? Tell me.
Just want a detox.
And when was the last time you took a detox?
Well, I bought the Santula about some months ago. A long while, but you know, I can't remember the exact time, but a while I bought one set before, so I just wanted to know my I actually have one another set on order.
On order, okay. Well, what you could do, what I suggest you do is this. When you use the first one, depending on how you feel, see that you would have used it before. Because the thing is, a lot of people, like me, for example, I use Santulan. I would use a pack of Santulan like for the maybe 3 weeks because I would have done my Santulan at the beginning of the year, which was January. So every month now I would do 1 pack and the pack would essentially last me. So I don't drink it every day. I would drink like 1 glass every 3 days or something like that. And that's just to maintain, you know, our order. I find with that, your energy level is always good. Your skin is always good. You know, you feel good. You know, so I believe in preventative maintenance. I believe if a lot of people do preventative maintenance, half of them wouldn't be in the situation that they're in simply because they don't know. So in your case, I would use the one that you have there, use it out. And then depending on how you feel energy-wise and that type of thing, if you're looking maybe to lose a little weight or something like that, then you could possibly use the next one, but you don't need to drink that every day. You can let that pack last you maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So you drink it like every other day or every 3 days. All right, you follow? You're welcome, my dear.
But one more thing.
Yes. Right.
When someone has that, they're supposed to keep in contact with their doctor often, like treatments that you keep doing so things will not deteriorate.
Well, if you have peripheral neuropathy, I would do protocols for that, from dietetics to exercise and that type of thing. So the thing is, me personally, so let's say someone has peripheral neuropathy and they come to Batson and Associates. And the first thing I'm going to do is, once you have been assessed, whatever the case may be, and I review, then we're going to put you on a protocol. The thing is, with all our protocols, there is maintenance subsequent to that. Even if you don't even come back to Batson and Associates, you would have gained some knowledge where you have an idea of what to use in order to prevent certain things. You see, the thing is, what we do is clinical nutrition, and clinical nutrition is nutrition for disease. You have different types of nutrition. You have clinical nutrition, they have medical nutrition, they have sports nutrition. You have different aspects of nutrition, which is nutrition, of course, that is specific to a particular target. So in a case like that now, I would do a maintenance. So let's say a maintenance for someone who has peripheral neuropathy, I would say nerve restore. So I would recommend in the first instance, you use 1 nerve restore every day, and you do that for 2 months. I would recommend you use silver with mineral formula, inflammation formula. So the silver with mineral formula would be 2 tablespoons in the morning and the evening in 8 ounces of water. And you put 1 tablespoon of the inflammation formula in that same water. and you do that for the 2 months. So subsequent to that, you should get some very good results. And then what you do now with your maintenance, your nerve restore, you don't necessarily have to take every day now. You can take your nerve restore once every 3 days. That's the max in it. Because the thing is, the initial 2 months, you would have needed a therapeutic dose, which is a dose specific to your condition. And then subsequent to that, your dose is going to be a maintenance dose, which is usually a generalized dose that most people would have. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. So that was a long way in answering that question. I hope you got what I was saying.
Yeah, that's one more thing. One more, because I know it's important.
No, you go ahead, Alan. You did. Nobody else can ask him, so you ask. Go ahead. Yeah. Repeat that, sorry. What was the first? Right. Yes. Yes. Right. So you're asking if that would help someone with peripheral neuropathy? Yes, it would. Definitely. Most certainly. Definitely. I mean, I would have, yeah, definitely it would help. All right. So if you need any more information, you can always contact us, and I will do the needful for you, and I could always make the recommendations.
Dr. Batson, speaking about restore, we have another question along the lines of restore. Good morning, Dr. Batson. Can you explain the difference between the digestive restore and digestive balance products?
Okay, good question. Okay, good. So digestive balance is usually recommended with a meal. And the reason for that is because that actually helps in breaking down your food. But it also helps in helping with pre-digestion of food or preparing the digestive system for digestion. Because that's one of the reasons why eating and drinking, for example, simultaneously is not a good thing to do. Because when you eat and drink simultaneously, you dissolve gastric juices in the body and you actually impair or impede digestion, right? So that's fundamentally what digestive balance does. Digestive restore, however, is usually on an empty stomach. It is recommended meals in some cases, but depending on what it is, it can be recommended on an empty stomach with a glass of water. And that is actually to bring back balance to the gastrointestinal system. So it actually has a prebiotic aspect associated with it, helping with gut bacteria, that type of thing. So that's basically the difference in those two. Okay. Of course, those telephone numbers, again, you could keep in mind those locations. We do have our open clinic days every day at all our locations. Shogunas, of course, is located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number for Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. Now, keep in mind today is Sunday, so usually we would have persons standing by to take a call. So even if you call and you hang up, they will return the call, right? Or you can also message us on WhatsApp. Or WhatsApp for Shogunas is 314-9975. That is 314-9975. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Tara Lutchman. She says, good morning, Dr. Batson and everyone in the live. Yes, I agree with you. People do suffer because they just don't listen, especially to the right people like you. Kudos to you, Dr. Batson, for even sharing advice. Thank you so very much. Ms. Patty Samaru asked the question, what would you recommend for a pinched nerve? Good question. The thing is, when you're dealing with pinched nerves, let's deal with musculoskeletal back pain on the whole. It's like half of the world have a problem with the back, right? I always pray to God, one of the things that I do not end up with is a bad back in my later years, because back pain is like one of the worst things to have, in the sense that I would have had back discomfort because of, maybe exercising or, running, whatever the case may be, and you might need a massage, your muscles tired, whatever the case may be. But the thing is, as regards to that aspect of pain, when you're dealing with pinched nerves or you're dealing with the nervous system, the central nervous system, you must have dual aspects or triple aspects in dealing with the nutritional aspects, the physio aspect in terms of setting of bones, in terms of anatomy and physiology, and putting back things in place. Because a lot of the times, remember that's what it is, it's a pinched nerve, So the nerve is being pressed. So there's a compression taking place. So you have things like decompression and a number of other things that you can actually do from the physiological aspect to actually correct that. But the aspect of the nutritional or the clinical nutrition, the medical nutritional part is very, very important, essentially important where that is concerned. Okay, Miss Avion Green, a pleasant good morning to you. Again, our social media, we are live on our social media. We are Batson Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson Associates TT. On TikTok, it's Batson and Associates. And on YouTube, it's Batson and Associates Trinidad. Keep in mind our open clinic days at all our locations. Tobago, I have to apologize to the people of Tobago. Tobago, we had a little problem this week here. So actually we'll be in Tobago this weekend now, Monday, Tuesday, God's willing, right? And we of course organize you. That office, we're gonna do some work as regards to multimedia, because that's very important as regards to, because once your test is done, once your scans are done, what we have your report, then the interpretation, of course, and the recommendation is, easy. That's child's play. Right? It's a matter of now getting, once we see that blood analysis and we understand your biological terrain, because there are a lot of people, pathogens are laden in the body. And once you have pathogens, what are pathogens? Pathogens are either bacteria, virus, fungi, or worms, or protozoa. 5 categories. So if you have some candida inside of there, and poor you don't know how to deal with that, and you have candida overload, and serious gastrointestinal problem, leaky gut, then you're going to have all kinds of things. All that headache you have, you think your headache has anything to do with your head. Headaches have nothing to do with your head half of the time. That is not where the problem originated. You need to find the point of origin. In which field do they do that, boy? Is it as in geography, boy? Some one of those fields. They talk about point of origin. Where did this problem come? Where? And how do we now correct it? That is where your blood analysis comes in. That is where your magnetic resonance analysis comes in. How are we going to find out how much blood going to your brain? I've said it on numerous occasions. I've gotten persons with all kind of problems. Bad, they tell them they're not dead. That is the day. Make your will. Pick out your coffee. And I say, wait, no. Nah, man. There's God. How you a man will tell you you're dead. I mean, you could. What I could tell you is I have seen instances where I've told persons that, listen to me, this can happen in the future, because we do see those things. I've told numerous people that they would have gotten strokes and they didn't believe me until they got the stroke. That was unfortunate, but because we don't do those type of things. If at Batson Associates, we tell you, we seen that, we seen it. We have a reason to lie to you. Even if it is, patronize us after, subsequent to that. That's not an issue. That's not an issue. But we're gonna tell you what we see. We're gonna tell you. And those of you who know me. I don't mince words with people. I don't have time for that. You can't come in my office and tell me what to do. I'm sorry. And again, that's not me trying to be condescending, but you can't want to come and do what you want. Because that people just want to do that. Dr. Batson, I had diabetes and I not drinking rum, but I wanted to fix me. Oh, really? No. Batson is my surname, not Mumford. I'm not a magician. How am I going to fix you? You like alcohol, you have diabetes, and you expect me for you to remain alcoholic and I fix your diabetes? Nah, man. You think it's problems I'm looking for? The grain my beard alone, I don't want none in my hair. I mean, when it come. But I don't want it now. So I'm not taking that stress. We have to determine what is the issue. Tell me if you agree. We have to determine how we're going to fix the issue, and we have to fix the issue. That is what I want. You come in my clinic to waste in our clinic or space to waste your time, our time, your money. Nah, man, that make no sense. If we do it, we do it. You don't agree? If you're not ready to do it, you're not ready to do it. Come when you're ready to do it. Simple, right? Children understand that. A toddler will understand that. Can't force nobody to do what they don't want to do. Now, people just tell me, Dr. Batson, I have this person, I want to send this person for you, I tell them, I say, listen to me, I want to give people my number, or give me people number to call them. Now, I'm not saying if it's a situation, I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that, I would do that. I've done that on numerous occasions. And I will continue to do it with right-minded people. But don't give me somebody number and I call it them and then they're telling me it's like if I run it. No. It don't work so. I'm doing that as a courtesy for you. You may have asked me. I do operate so. You're not supposed to operate so. He asked us a courtesy because you maybe wanted a quicker appointment or whatever the case may be, and we could facilitate that. I would facilitate that for anyone, which is why we do our open clinic days and that type of thing. So now we have a lot of people to deal with, a lot more than sometimes we would like, but what we're going to do, send all your hope, you don't reach there already. You came for a purpose, so it might be a wait, yes, no problem. But I assure you, that wait would have been the best wait you ever waited in your life. I tell you so. Because you want results. That's what you want. Miss Cathy Samaru, I need to visit you. No problem, my dear. Miss Ria Marissa Bruce asks, can I warm the santulan? You can warm santulan, but what I normally tell people to do is, just take it out of the refrigerator a good enough time before, you want to drink it and allow it to thaw out. And you just drink it at room temperature. But if you want to heat it a little bit, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Okay, so of course, for international clients, keep in mind, those of you who may want an international consultation, that sometimes with me is a bit tricky because all the information has to be taken by the consultant. There's actually a lady that I have to call, and she did call me back, but when she called, and that's the tricky thing about that, which is why I try to do that within my normal working hours. All right. So those of you who may have, we facilitate that. And of course, the telephone number for any international consultation would be 1-868, Trinidad area code 868, telephone number 373-2388. So that's 868-373-2388. So feel free, of course, to give us a call. You can message us as well and get that necessary information. Ms. Stacey Nicholson, sorry. A pleasant good morning to you. Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes, my friend.
Any questions?
We actually have a question via voice note, so let me play that for you.
Good morning, Dr. Batson. Oh, for the sample on.
I think that question was, how good is Santulan?
How good is Santulan? well, all fishermen, they say the fish good, eh? So, yeah, they say that all fishermen, they say, I always try, especially in this profession, to be as honest as possible with people. I wouldn't sell something that is not good. People who know me and know me over the years, they know there are products I refuse to sell. Refuse, and still refuse to. And that's not going to change unless the quality of the product changes. Santulan is a good product. It's a very, very good product. Inflammation product, excellent product. Nerve restore, excellent. When they see we get a product, we get a product. I don't play that. All the products that we sell at Batson Associates, I use with the exception of the ones specifically for women. So I obviously don't use women formula. I do use blood sugar complex. I do use the hypertension tea because I have no high blood pressure. There's a new tea that we got now that is going to actually launch week after next, in about 2 weeks or maybe the end of the month. That's a bad tea. In the sense that I will drink because that would help with circulation in general, but it helps to regulate blood pressure. But the thing is, we just normalize the dose. So that tea I would drink. But I use Nerve Restore, I use Santulan, I use inflammation formula, the advanced chlorophyll. Silver with mineral formula, I live on that. Live on it. I was getting a little something. Wednesday, my eye was watering. I think I opened something with dust and it went in my face and I think it got in my nostrils. And it caused some problem. I was feeling it. I was irritated and I took some things and of course my eye and nose was watering. I was uncomfortable for the whole of Wednesday. Thursday, it subsided based on what I took. Friday, it wanted to play stupid, like it wanted to come back. And of course, Saturday, I dealt with it as I said, listen to me, I'm not playing games with you. You need to leave me alone. So I took what I took and that was it. So yeah, I'm saying all of that to say that you would get the results that you're looking for with the products that you use. And anything that we do have that you got to get based on our knowledge and skill set, we're going to get it for you, or we're going to tell you where to get it. That's all. But we're going to give you the results that you want once you listen. Does it take time? In some instances, yes. It has some people get results in days, some people weeks, some people months. The longest we ever taken Batson Associates. Has anybody ever come to us and used products and said they didn't get results? Yeah, it had people tell us that. But when we really question them, it's not that they didn't get results. It's that the particular issue, and that's why our intake information is even more detailed, because we want you to get results. So we want to know, hey, if your head was hurting you, So you have headaches, bad headaches. You're getting headaches still. You say, but again, the headache still, okay. So my question to you is this: is the headaches as frequent as it was before? Is it as intense? And I'm sure if you really concentrate, you're going to tell me no. Well, I know it's 50. Because when we asked them yesterday, they said, no, I'm not getting it as much. I used to get it every day. Now I'm getting it once a week. That is an improvement. Or it used to hurt me like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, it used to be at 11. Now it's at 5. That is an improvement. So you are on your way to improvement, but you must be able to gauge and understand that the improvement is coming and you need to continue doing what it is you're doing. And a lot of people don't understand that. Your foot might be swell. You come for swell foot. So we tell you use, okay, you have edema, the medical term for swollen feet. So you come to us for that. We give you inflammation formula that is carried on swollen feet in record time. And it is work all the time, every single time. That inflammation formula is help. 99.9% of the time. But if you have varicose veins, God said, let there be light. We need some time to deal with the veins and them. We need some time to deal with the diabetes. There's some people, the diabetes, stubborn. That sugar is stand up for you. About 10 man. That blood sugar, 400, it ain't moving. I had a client, so I say, you don't worry yourself, we will get the blood sugar now. The pressure reading good enough. The energy level good. Start to put on weight. Everything going good, but that blood pressure stand up for about 2 months. But I know why. And I tell her that. I say, listen to me. That blood sugar is blood sugar. I want to say that blood sugar not going to move now. You know why? Because you have her blood sugar wasn't regular blood sugar. She had metabolic syndrome, which is a worse form of diabetes. I say, you don't worry. As we reach the 3rd month, that blood sugar going to go down. Watch me. As we reach the 3rd, as the 2nd month finish, and we come in the 3rd month, blood sugar start to go down. 350, 250, 150, 99. Because the endocrine system needed to kick in. That system couldn't kick in how it was. We had to clean up the body. The 2 months was the cleanup. We had to send about 6 days sleep at men, people down inside of you there to clean up. It's all kind of thing bad. Your liver, disgusting. Your kidney have cysts in it. You know, people have fatty liver. And let me tell you something. If you have a fatty liver, don't let a doctor on the face of the earth tell you that that is a good thing or that normal, and don't let that bother you. Listen to me, eh? You're 2 minutes from dying. Right? And that's me putting it mildly. Fatty livers are very dangerous, and it is an indication of serious compromise or possible later on compromising of your liver. Don't let any doctor fool you with that. So you have a fatty liver, you're already in problems. You're a perfect candidate for cardiovascular disease later on in your life. All these people who have problems with high cholesterol and your cholesterol ain't going down, that have nothing to do with your cholesterol. It is your liver. It is your liver and your gastrointestinal system. So stop spinning top in mud. You know what people ever saying? You're spinning top in mud. More water than flour. Because you know that, right? You just need flour, right? You're making bread and things. If you throw more water than flour, what happened there? It's a devastating situation. You know what problem you have to do to fix that? So you in a situation, health-wise, water more than flour, and you sit down there and playing pitch, taking your time, like, no. So if you want to feel good, because everybody wants to feel good, eh? Now, feeling good is one thing, looking good is our next thing. We got you looking good just now too, you know. And we already have people looking good. Because you can't be using alcohol water and santulan. And people be like, Dr. Batson, where's for your skin? Where's do with your hair? Where's clean living? And I'm not using santulan how I supposed to use santulan. Only give me till the end of this year here. Let's see something. Mass with that santulan. We getting back that collagen product. That's our next one. Well, that product is trouble. Actually, I have some people on order. You all will get yours just now. We have some coming in, and of course, as I tell people, that product is an investment because on the grand scale or the spectrum of price, it is a pricier product as compared to others. But it would every cent. Every cent. We also have uterine formula in stock. So all the women who have problems with things like polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, you have a painful menstrual cycle, you have problem with procreating, you have fertility issues, uterine formula, women's formula. Very soon we'll be getting the women's tea. We used to have uterus and mammary. We get a new uterus and mammary because the one that we used to have before, the supplier stopped doing it. So we get a nice womb tea there together with this uterus and mammary. The uterus and mammary, the product is actually the uterine plus or uterine formula. That is for uterine health. Painful menstruation, irregular menstruation, fibroids, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which every female like they have now because of this hormonal imbalance, polycystic ovaries, uterine plus. Get a consultation. Let us look. If you have your ultrasounds, bring in your ultrasounds. Uterine formula. Check it out. Excellent product. Good morning, Pamela. Serious thing. Batson saying, and you laughing. I take it in the program, love it. Oh, that's when Pamela Moses, where I said CPEP men. Yeah, that's a serious thing. Back to when we were discussing cancer in the beginning. Now go back to cancer. And let me tell you something. Anybody you know who have cancer, who want a proper nutritional cancer protocol, send them by Batson Associates. Because let me tell you something. You can't treat cancer like how you treat the colon. The cancer is not the colon. Regardless of the type of cancer, ovarian cancer, you want protocol for that, you're getting protocol. Because if you're taking chemotherapy and radiation, you need your body to be in a particular way that you can handle that. I do not get into judgments of telling people what to do when they are ill. I simply consult and recommend. I always tell people that. I don't force nobody to do anything. You come to me, you tell you need triple bypass, I tell you I can clear your arteries, you figure your thing and you want to go and lie down and take knife, no problem. God bless you. I pray that all will be safe with you. And I genuinely mean that. I'm Mama Guy in here. But where I am concerned, I cannot make choices for people I would recommend. So, you're taking your chemotherapy and radiation, that is up to you, no problem. But nutrition, your medical nutrition is a type of nutrition, you know? And nutritional medicine is a type of medicine. You know? You don't get confused and tie up with the thing. It's legitimate business we're discussing here. Legitimate. I know herbs, man, and people just quick to say, like a lady told me the other day, Dr.Batson, somebody told me I'm a good herbalist. And I kindly and nicely put her in a place and say, ma'am, I am not a herbalist. I get highly annoyed when people call me that. Because it's almost as if they try to, no, maybe it's not deliberate, but it's almost, you are basically, where's the word, boy? Devaluing my talents. And I say that as humbly as possible. You're devaluing my talents. Don't call me a herbalist. I am not. I did botanical medicine. Can I function as regards to herbs and the procurement of herbs as well as specific combination? Of course, definitely. But that's just one aspect that people look at and they try to condemn, and poor thing, they don't understand what they're condemning. Sad though, but such is life. But when you look at nutritional medicine and medical nutrition, there's a form of medicine that I was fortunate to study known as automolecular medicine. It was the most fascinating of subjects that I've ever studied. That, I mean, apart from anatomy and physiology, I love anatomy and physiology. I'm just overwhelmed and impressed by the human body and the way it functions, and it's amazing. When God's word tell you that you are wonderfully made, God was Mama Guy in you. We are wonderfully made, on all aspects. Your eyes, there's no telescope that mankind could make or will ever make that could match the human eye. Never. The human heart, which means a gift you get there, that you're playing the fool with. There is no mechanical object that man could build to replicate the human heart. They come close, they do their heart thing, The pacemaker and little defibrillator, and they do little one or two things. But let me tell you something. A heart, no mankind, only the creator could do that. So you have proper thing, and you have things that could fix if you give your body what your body needs. Like, we understand the basics of the thing. But when you understand what nutrition is, look, that product we carry, Optimizer. You know what's one of the ingredients in Optimizer? Something known as pine bark extract. No, pine bark, that is extract, my apologies. Pine bark extract. Do some research on that. And then come and have a conversation with me. All I think we know thing and joke. There is something known as pignogenol. You want to know thing? It's a thing out there. And the reason why I use the word thing is not to devalue it or discredit it, but it's to let you know that somehow they're dying for no reason. No reason you're dying. And that's why I tell people I'm not in the politics. I'm not in the politics. You sit at home there, you have high blood pressure and you're dying. You're taking in Nalpril, like Fedapine, all kind of things you're taking. Blood pressure high, your kidney failing on you, and you day lying down in a bed. Now, the thing is, a lot of people can't come to us just like that because you have spouse, you have children. I know children, I know child I make could tell me what doctor to go by. You're going out to your mind or something. I make you, you go tell me where to go, you're going off. So I'm not tolerating that. But then again, you know people's circumstance and people's situation. Because you know it have a social aspect to illness as well. A lot of people don't understand that. You know. It have people who have children who will deliberately not carry them to the doctor for them to die, for them to get what they want. So that is why I say it have a social aspect to health in that particular aspect. And then there are some people who are unfortunate and disenfranchised in certain areas, and as a result of that, they may not be able to get access to certain things. We understand that. We're not saying no. But what I'm saying, what God says, where there is a will, there is a way. Your musculoskeletal system, you see your bones, you see your knees. I don't make joke with my knee. You know? You see my knee and my back. I don't play with that. Even in sports. That's why I did never really like football. I mean, I have 2 left foot, but you know, cricket, basketball, that kind of thing. But I afraid football, especially see that knee. You know, just get a knee injury, but me a knee, you see a knee on your back. Don't play with that. And it have things for that because as you age, those are the part of the musculoskeletal system that is like to get trouble. You see your knee, especially if you're a little heavy on top, and all you know all yourself. Here's a tick comes. So here's a tick comes. So your knee just give you a problem because the heavier you are, the more strain is on what? The musculoskeletal system. When you put on weight, the weight that you put on, your bones has to gain the strength. And it has to be done simultaneously so that the body does not damage itself. That's why steroids is such a dangerous thing. Because what steroids do, these anabolic steroids I'm talking about here, what steroids do is actually cause you to put on way more muscle than the musculoskeletal system can actually support. The muscle grows too fast so that the bone is not reinforced. Remember, your musculoskeletal system is the structural component of the human body, you know. Your axial skeleton and the other aspect of the skeletal system. So if that is not proper, you're going to be in problems. Why I think so much people have back problems is your core, your spinal column is the core aspect of the body. That entire core, your spine, your diaphragm, will come up in front there. Your abdominal muscles. People don't know how important is this to abs, you know. It's not really important to abs, you know, but I mean, somebody always like Dr. Batson, it's too late for that. But if you could get abs and maintain them, it is going to add to your longevity. I guarantee you that. Harvard did a clinical study where they look at the size of a person's waist, the waist size, took measurements of their waist. And do you know that there is a correlation with certain diseases and the size of your waist? So in other words, we're trying to say in layman terms, if you have a big belly, the bigger your belly is, the greater your likelihood of having certain situations. Now, there are people who big, but they're not fatter. They are more muscle. They have that subcutaneous fat, which is fat below the skin. It's not visceral fat, which is organ fat. It's not that type of fat. So in a situation like that, it means that this particular individual now has to work on that, because when you have visceral fat is organ fat. Visceral fat creates inflammatory chemicals, i.e., prostaglandins, cytokines. Those are dangerous inflammatory chemicals. And its job is, when you sleep, to spread inflammation throughout the body. So literally, while you're sleeping, these things are trying to kill you. That's not good. You know what it is in your sleep? What you're supposed to be doing during sleep, your body's supposed to be doing what? Restoring itself. Your body doing the opposite. Your body breaking down. And that is a serious thing. And there are clinical studies, there's science that proves that. So don't think I'm talking nonsense for you. So that belly that you have there, I'm not attempting to be facetious or condescending. We need to get it down. We have a serious piece of weight loss coming. That's all I just say. Coming. Proper thing for you. Those telephone numbers again, you can give us a call for the Sugar Owners office. That number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Wood Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223. That's 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number to St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And of course, Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough. Tobago, that number for Tobago is 226-4553. 226-4553. Yours truly, Dr. Batson, should be in Tobago Monday and Tuesday of this week, God's willing. Ms. Camille Sutton says, good morning, Dr. Batson. Great information. Thank you again. Pertaining to your title, I guess people genuinely doesn't know the difference between a herbalist and your title, NMD. Definitely not. Yeah, and as I say, I try not to be rude to people, but just because some people try to downplay or try to degrade what you do. I definitely not having that at all. We are just as valuable as emergency practitioners, medical doctors, cardiologists. Believe me, the unfortunate thing is a lot of people don't see the value, and a lot of people don't know how to take or use the value. Because you need medical doctors, You need them. There's no probably might be about it, but medicine is vast in its entirety, simply because of how much ground you have to cover. Remember, you have 5 aspects of the human body. Our body is not only a physical body, as I always tell you that. Your body is also a what? A spiritual body, a supramental body, which is your subconscious mind, which controls you and you do not know. Plenty of people don't know how to tap into the subconscious. That's a serious thing, That's a science, That's an art. There's a technique in doing those things. And it could be classified as a high science. It's just like color. Certain colors evoke emotion. And so red, for example, in the presence of red, you are less likely to feel full. Red makes you hungry. You know that, right? Bright colors, orange, invokes emotion. Green. What green does do? Well, depending on the green. But like mint green and that kind of thing. Calm you. So it gives you that kind of thing. What would blue do? Blues are infuriating color, depending on the shade. I want to say the shade of blue. So that is a perfect example of how your subconscious mind controls you, unknowns to you. So that there's a reason why fast food restaurants use red and orange and bright yellow. There's a reason for that. Good. So that was the subconscious mind, which is your supramental. Then you have your mental mind, which is your conscious mind. So that's what you're aware of. Speech, think, process, do certain things. Then you have your vital body, which is actually one of the spiritual body is the most important body. Your vital bodies are very important body. You know why? Your vital body is your energy body. But here your energy body does do. Your energy body does link your physical body to your conscious body, your subconscious body, which is your supramental. And that is why tapping into your subconscious requires meditation and those type of things. Because there's a channel that in order for anything to take place between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, the vital body and the supramental body, which is the subconscious mind, has to meet. And that is where things like meditation and those things come in. That's our next program. That whole aspect of energy medicine. And that's some of the things that we're going to be actually doing in Londonville too, in that office. So, if you're fed up being sick and you really want help, so understand what we're talking about. You're fed up sick, you're fed up. You're fed up with this headache you have, you're fed up always tired. You're, oh God, you're tired, you're fed up. Every minute, hospital ought to be taking you up. And you really genuinely want help. Batson Associates. You can just do a consultation, do a blood analysis. Give me that at least. But I'm telling you, when you sit down in that chair and see what we have to show you, it will be a different story. All those testimonies we have, we couldn't pay those people. I most certainly wasn't paying nobody to lie for me. I ain't going through that. Don't have to. Because they get results and they're willing to share, because when they share the results, and that's something we're going to do just now too, we're going to be actually having a testimony drive where we're actually encouraging more of our clients to actually give testimonies, genuine testimonies. You know, you would have had a good experience and we wanted to share that. Even if you had a bad experience, to be all honesty, I would want to know about it. Because as the MD, I would want to ensure that we represent ourselves as well as possible. And there are shortcomings. And if it is we have done that, then we will try our best to correct that. Can't please everybody. That's something my great-grandmother taught me a long, long time ago. And I have learned it. So, but we try our best to better our best as regards to what we do. So that's what you need to do. So, you know, give us a call, those telephone numbers again, and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chagonas. We're also on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SSA Reed Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number for St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 226. That's 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. For international consultations, you can call 868. That's our area code, 868-373-2388. Keep in mind that program we're having this evening, that is going to be from 8 p.m. So you can tell a friend, if you have somebody who you know have a problem, they have an issue, something wrong with the skin, something wrong with the eye, they have glaucoma, they're telling them they're going blind, somebody who wants help, genuinely want help. You know, shoot them alive. You know, like, share, tag. That's going to be from 8 to 9:30. And of course, we'll be doing that draw for our Father's Day promotion that we had for fathers. We did a promotion for the entire month of May for fathers. So we are going to, of course, be drawing those prizes this evening. So you can tune into that. And of course, if you have any questions, Miss Erica Kalinda says, "Good morning, Doc. What products do you have for lower circulation?" Lower circulation, I guess you're referring to circulation in your legs, Miss Kalinda. Just clarify that for me now, please. Yes, Ms. Moses says, seems like you don't know humor. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, right. I now get what you're saying. Yeah. No, she knows joking make it, man. Sorry. I now get and says it. Yeah. So definitely, you know, as it relates to that whole aspect of cleansing and detoxifying the body, that is going to play a significant role. As I said, Santulan is a 7-channel detox. Santulan cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So someone who has varicose veins, Santulan will help you. The circulation tea is also going to help you. That new tea that we also going to get, which is going to be for, that's going to target hypertension a lot, because the hypertension is a stubborn fella sometimes. So, we need to deal with it from a all-round perspective. That's also going to help with circulation. The inflammation formula I always tell people that is one of my favorite products, because it really does deal with a lot of issue with inflammation in the body. Good. So, of course, you can feel free to give us a call or visit that telephone number again. And location, Shogunas, is, of course, first floor, Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. If you have a challenge as regards to mobility, well, then Shogunas is not the office. When we open Londonville in Central, that's going to be the closest ground for office that you could have come to. And the others right now would be St. James and Davy. Of course, and we would be fixing our schedules. My schedule personally, which kind of is a little all over the place because of some of the additions that we're doing and some training that we're doing right now, is going to be kind of a little more settled, especially from next month, God's willing. So we will have set days for those where we'll do the marathon clinics, and that, of course, is going to be an earlier clinic, more staff, that type of thing, to actually address and deal with your situation. So, that's something to look forward to. Diabetics, if you're taking insulin, you're looking at your eye health, you want to ensure that you preserve your eyesight, Batson Associates. If you want to ensure that you may have a problem with sleep, you're not sleeping properly, you're having some depression, some anxiety, you want to deal with it safely, you want to really address the root cause of the problem, Batson Associates is the place for you. Ms. Vidya Abdul said, would this new circulation tea be suitable for persons whose BP is low to normal? Very good question. It would be. They will just have to drink it in small amounts, but definitely it would be a beneficial tea to persons. It is a very good overall tea. I did some work to bring some good balance to it. So you're going to be impressed. I assure you. You're going to be impressed. Good. Of course, again, remember our Nerve Restore, which is the product for the month. So that's literally a giveaway. We actually have a discount on Nerve Restore. Those of you as well who may have mobility challenge, really severe pain, joint pain, and dealing with things like rheumatoid arthritis, definitely our Omega with astaxanthin is something to look at. The inflammation formula, if your budget permits, definitely that hyaluronic acid and collagen product. It's a hydrolyzed product. The problem a lot of people do not know with collagen is that collagen is a very large molecule. It is exceptionally large, and it is very difficult to digest molecule because of the size of the molecule. So a hydrolyzed collagen is going to be very advantageous. So hence the price, but the results are astonishing. A lot of persons use that product. Everyone who used it was very impressed with it. They got really, really good results. Keep in mind the uterus formula as well for women who have problems with polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, very painful menstrual cycle, irregularity, women who may have issues with discharge, who may have problems with frequent yeast infections, frequent urinary tract infections as well. Those are some things that you could really organize and put yourself in a gear, as they say, to get some good results. Okay, so again, those telephone numbers and locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number for Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. David is the corner of Ramsden Street and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie. That telephone number for Davie is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Of course, we are live on our social media platforms. Before I go over to Carter again there, to see if we have any questions, keep in mind we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson Associates TT. On TikTok, it's Batson and Associates, or at Batson and Associates. And YouTube is Batson and Associates Trinidad. Mr. Carter, sir.
Yes, we have a question here. I'm presently using the circulation tea, but could I also use Nerve Restore for neuropathy?
Yeah, definitely. You can use the Nerve Restore for neuropathy. You see, why Nerve Restore is a good overall product, I'll tell you why. And why the product was actually done in the first place is because when COVID had come and that product, Nerve Restore, was actually done one boy How long we have that product? I think maybe it's about 4 years, so it could have been just before COVID. Or I think maybe during COVID it was done. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was to deal with stress because I did the product first for me because of my work schedule and how much things I have to do and I have to maintain sanity and all of that. So I wanted something to improve my sleep. I also wanted something to improve memory, concentration, or at least balance, bring some alignment with the central nervous system. And of course, then Nerve Restore was done. And it is doing very well. It continues to do well. Is a very, very impressive product because it brings about so much balance in the human body and especially the central nervous system. Your sleep is going to be impacted. Definitely. Now, some people might say, but I sleep in good. Take what I'm telling you. You feel you're sleeping good. You feel you're sleeping good. You can sleep better. I tell you so. And that's what Nerve Restore actually has the ability to do. It's very good for people with PMS, students, people who study and who in a lot of stress. You're going through divorce. I don't know. You might have people you're living next to who get it. I don't know. Everybody has stress and all they know where all the stress coming from. So it's a very good way to actually deal with stress because you can actually help the body chemically to deal with stress. You all know that, right? That's where things like endorphins and dopamine and different things like neurotransmitters, epinephrine, neoepinephrine comes in, right? So yes, Rachel Johnson, before COVID. So yeah, we have the Restore maybe about 4 or 5 years now. Okay, Cerebral is a good product. I like that product as well. It's very good for concentration. If you have children who given problems in school and they're not learning their work, and the teacher accusing them of having attention deficit hyperintensity disorder, definitely you need to get yourself some Cerebral. Cerebral will Nerve Restore. It works some wonders. And we do programs for children as well because it is advantageous, of course, especially the study, and you want them to do well. But you mentally want them to be balanced. That's the problem. All you have these students studying, learning a set of things already, feeling them good. They eating a set of nonsense. You ain't expect is mad training you'll end up with. The body will not be able to take that kind of load. You're not eating properly. You're studying, you're beating books, you're burning the midnight oil. 2 ends. And you're not taking care of yourself, eating properly, you're going to get a nervous breakdown. You ain't going to finish that degree. God forbid. And we don't want that. We don't even want it to be contemplated thoughts of suicide and those type of things. University is not an easy thing to do, especially depending on the courses you're doing. That takes a lot of mental fortitude, a lot of prayers, everything there to go through that properly. But physically, you need to eat well. The problem with most people in university, they don't eat well. You can't be going to university. I mean, yes, you have your labs and you have and however your courses may be, but you need to take care of yourself because what you want to be, a bright mad person or a bright sick person, that will make no sense. Nobody will hire you. Make no sense at all, right? Your health is your wealth. There's a reason why that resonates throughout, history, that statement. Your health is your wealth. Without good health, you can't achieve any of your other objectives. It is impossible. Impossible. Miss Marilyn Ambrose says, what tests should one do before we come to the clinic? It depends on what you're looking at. If you don't have any tests, come and we do our blood analysis, your magnetic resonance analysis, and then we'll go from there. But if you come and you deal with something specific, so if, for example, you think you have an issue with your heart, or you have an issue with your heart, you have an echocardiogram, bring your echocardiogram with the report. Thank you very much. You have a problem with your knees, you have an x-ray, before and after. You have problems with fibroids, polycystic ovaries, bring your ultrasound. Before and after. Very, very important. Ms. Grace Williams says, good Sunday morning, Dr. Batson. Please, please take some time and start writing your book. This is a word from above. I am just the messenger. God's blessings. Yeah, I think that, my dear. Yeah, I'm actually, that's soon. After God, soon.
I would like to endorse as well, please.
You like to endorse that? Okay, sir. No problem.
Yes.
Yes, no problem. No problem. So again, feel free to give us a call or visit. So our time is winding down. It's now 11:04. Of course, we finish at 11:30, correct, sir?
Yes, we do.
Right. So you guys, pay attention to, what we spoke about. So if you have a question, you have something that's bothering you, I know you may not want to share it on the radio, but at least come. Let me, of course, say a pleasant good morning to all our consultants. Mr. Ramdan, a pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Vialva, Mr. Green, and Mr. Bustamante, as well as all the hardworking staff, administrative staff, and all the other staff at Batson and Associates. as we continue to help persons. We have Ms. Sharon Theodore is asking about CMOS. What CMOS is good for, and what is the best way to prepare it? Thank you, Doc. Well, the thing is, CMOS is advantageous, and we do carry CMOS, a wide variety at Batson Associates, really good quality. They yield really nicely. I tried all so far. There's a new one we're going to get. I can't wait for us to get that one, because I like CMOS, simply because I love the flavor. I love how it mixes with other things. So you can throw in a little banana, you can put a beetroot inside of there, that kind of thing. No milk, of course. And what it already does is it's high in minerals, so it's nutrient dense. So there are a lot of minerals in there that actually helps with dealing with a number of issues, issues associated with cardiovascular problems, issues associated with musculoskeletal issues, gastrointestinal problems, hair, skin, nail problems. Take what I'm telling you, it's very good. No milk, please. No milk, right? Ms. Rachel Johnson says, please, any advice for hemorrhoids treatment? Hemorrhoids, well, the thing is, you have different types of hemorrhoids. You have external hemorrhoids, which are the ones that are really annoying and bother people and hurt. But the internal hemorrhoids troublesome too. The problem with them is some people don't know they have internal hemorrhoids, and that's problematic. Because people with the internal hemorrhoids end up with gastrointestinal problem, which can lead to lead to things like Crohn's and irritable bowel syndrome and those type of things. So that's serious issue. Okay, Ms. Bernard Klein says, morning, Dr. Batson. Would like you to address the alkaline water. I tried it and was getting a lot of side effects from it. Okay, good question. I'll let you know. Good. Yes, and Miss right. So when you deal with so hemorrhoids. So internal hemorrhoids are the worst kind of hemorrhoids, as I said, because those could actually cause serious problems associated with Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, and the like. So alkaline water, definitely. You can't use Santulan yet until we do some sort of more elaborate consultation evaluation. But definitely the alkaline water inflammation formula will help silver with mineral formula optimizer. I would go with those. And nerve restore as well, because improves sleep, improve regeneration overall. So you're going to get some boost in there in all the other organ systems as well. Okay, good. Miss Verna Clean, Miss Annabella said, Doc, I asked you one question 10 times. What can too much chlorophyll? Oh, sorry, Annabella, I didn't see it. Or Annabella Bay say, what can too much chlorophyll do to one's body? How much is too much chlorophyll, Annabella? You can't drink too much chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a deodorizer. It's very good for the body. It's great for your intestines, like amazing for your intestines. It's excellent for your gastrointestinal system. It's a very good deodorizer. Good for your liver as well. Miss Joan James says, she says help. Joan James says help. Joan James, help. Yeast infection. Advanced chlorophyll actually good for that too. Silver with mineral formula. Boss product. Boss. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Okay, so Annabella Bay, I doubt you could drink, or if you drink a whole bottle of the chlorophyll, then you might just get nauseated. But generally, you can't really use too much. I normally recommend anything between 1 to about 3 tablespoons daily, depending on the issue that the individual may have. Okay, on Instagram, keep in mind we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Instagram, on Facebook, sorry, on Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On TikTok, it's at Batson and Associates, and YouTube, it's Batson and Associates Trinidad. Samuel Thomas, 3140, says, morning, doctor. My daughter has been suffering with eczema from age 3 to now, age 8. Would like an intervention in the matter. Please, you could come to us. We'll deal with that with you, for you, man. Have some clients who have gotten some very, very good results where that is concerned, exceptionally good results. So you can give us a check as regards to that. Keep in mind those numbers again. For the Shogunas office, that office is located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. That telephone number for Shogunas is 222. That's 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Moon Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number for St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 226. That's 226-4553. That's 226-4553. Of course, those of you who want to book your online consultation overseas, that telephone number, of course, is 868. That's area code 868-373-2388. That's 868-373-2388. Ms. Jennifer Valentine, our client out there in Texas, she says, Dr. Batson, could you drink chlorophyll while using Santulan? Yes, you can. You most certainly can. Use chlorophyll and Santulan simultaneously. Good, let me say a pleasant good morning to K934 DJ. Always a pleasure to have you joining us. Good. Okay, so Ms. Verna Klein asked the question. Morning, Dr. Batson. Would like to address the alkaline water. I tried it and I was getting a lot of side effects. Okay, so we're going to talk about what is known as healing crisis. Now, a lot of people do not know that healing crisis about that. Yeah, healing crisis is the situation where the body, what happens in the body is that you reach a situation where toxins try to leave the body faster than you want it to leave. So you're going to have problems with nausea, you're going to have headaches, you're going to feel weak. That's not because the product ain't good enough. That's because it's working. But the problem is you are dehydrated. You do not have sufficient hydration in the body. And as a result of that, your intracellular fluid, which is fluid in your cells, and your extracellular fluid, which is fluid outside your cell, they become out of balance. Nausea, vomiting, you can end up with diarrhea, all sorts of things. We don't want that to happen to you. So that is why we need to do what? We need to ensure that we are properly hydrated. Get your Alkagen water. Any one of those office numbers I call. We also have it out on delivery. I know on delivery because they were doing some work on the vehicle. So I know, of course, delivery should be back and up and running by this week here. You should have your delivery available to you. So again, those telephone numbers should go on us 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Should go on us WhatsApp is 314-9975. Again, that's 314-9975. Mr. Carter, any questions?
We don't have any updated questions right now, but I'm seeing someone trying to send a voice note. So when that's finished populating, I'll just play it.
Okay, very good. Let me say, Mr. Samuel Thomas, he says, my second visit on the 11th of August, St. James, saw Dr. Bustamante. Very nice guy. Good. So glad to hear that. Miss Marcia Griffith Maharaj, she says, blessed morning, Dr. Batson, all in caps. Okay, Miss Michelle Chris Brits Charles says, Dr. Batson, good morning. What does a half teaspoon of baking soda do to the body? A half teaspoon of baking soda does wonders to the body. We'll actually be having a particular line as regards to baking soda because now some of those, they are a little too coarse. At least I found a particular quality, the aluminum free is very, very important where that is concerned. So it does do a number of things for the body. It helps to reduce inflammatory response. It's very good for the gastrointestinal system as well. You just have to be careful if you are hypertensive. But there are ways around that once we do your consultation and organize what we need to organize for you. Jazzy Janice Innes, good morning, Doc. Checking in from New York City. Good, no problem. So, of course, it's always a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to discuss health with you guys. We have, again, that program this evening. That program we are having, that program is going to be from 8 to 9:30 p.m. And, of course, I will have Miss Karishma Ramdad with me. That is one of our senior blood microscopists, over 8 years, 10 years, I believe. Very qualified and experienced in, helping our clients reach, especially when she's dealing with the diabetic clients, endocrinology. Keep in mind that uterine formula, those women who have issues associated with things like polycystic, hormonal imbalance plays a significant role in women's health or lack thereof as regards to a number of issues that women have. So, that's something. If you know a young lady who has serious problems with her menstrual cycle pain, why you have a painful menstrual cycle? Why every time before your period you're sick, you can't go to work? Your poor husband, he with trouble. Thing is nice. We could fix that for you. What is your biological terrain telling us? What's the condition of your liver? How much blood are you getting to your brain? Are you getting, or do you know you have a lot of people walking around don't get proper blood flow to the brain? Why do you think you have glaucoma? All glaucoma sufferers have a cerebrovascular issue. All of them. Every last one of them. I don't care what kind of glaucoma you have. And don't tell me nothing about glaucoma running in your family. Please don't come to me with that. That glaucoma, that open angle or closed angle glaucoma, that poor you suffering. You know the glaucoma is blind, yeah? It's blind, yeah? Play with glaucoma. Glaucoma is not your friend. Glaucoma is high interocular pressure. It means the pressure in your eyeball, layman's term, is getting, listen to me, that will blind you. But glaucoma is a secondary diagnosis. What was the primary diagnosis or the primary cause of your glaucoma? What is the primary cause of your diabetes? You think all of them walking around with diabetes and taking the same medication, or all they have the same type of diabetes? Diabetes is a very intricate thing, People don't know how intricate diabetes is. Take what I'm telling you. And worse yet, if you're taking insulin, because insulin don't help nothing. No, I'm not telling you not to take your insulin because you reach there. But you want to take yourself out of that and try and do a lot of other things and be sensible eating and your diet ethics. Because when you use insulin, you are blind faster, you will get blind quicker. And you have serious issues to deal with, diabetic neuropathy and all other issues. So insulin is not your friend. And I say that in the kindness way. It is not your friend. You will deteriorate very quickly. It accelerates the deterioration of any diabetic. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So that's something that you need to pay very, 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 very close attention to. Miss Marcia Griffin Mirage, Dr. Batson, I had a stroke on my right side and I'm getting better day by day. Thank God. I cannot see properly. So can I use the caps? Great. So I use the caps. Great information. Thank you so much. Oh my God. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. So you all see that? So she's recovering. So that's why she used the caps so that she could type. So she could see what she typing. So those of you, if you have an eye problem, we have things for eyes. We do a very good integrative eye clinic. That's something we're going to have on a grander scale just now. Because I don't want you as a diabetic. You want to be blind? You know, it is you're born in the good, proper world. You seeing, you know what color is, you know what yellow is, you know what red is, you know what orange is, you know what a flower look like, you know what aloes look like. I love nature. You could go on a hike. You could go on a little maracas hike. You could go on a thing. You know what is that? You know it is to not be able to see? Nah, man. I find that real hard. Real hard after God. So please, try and preserve your eyesight and check out what we have at Batson and Associates. So again, those telephone numbers and locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chagonas. We are also on the corner of Ramsey Woods Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in DB. That telephone number for DB is 223, that's 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number for St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And of course, Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 220-4553. No, sorry, St. James, my apologies, 220-8113. And Tobago is 226. That's 226-4553. My apologies there. Okay, so Sparkle is saying I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I don't see my menstruation. Well, Sparkle, you need for us to come and deal with that for you, my dear. Ms. Vidya Abdul, what do you recommend for cerebral circulation? Cerebral circulation optimizer is your very good friend. Cerebral nerve restore. That's a lethal. Them three, nice combination there. You're throwing some nerve restore, not nerve restore, some inflammation formula in that. You're cooking with gas, as the people say. So it's now nearing 19 minutes past 11. There are going to be some things that we're going to be doing with our Sunday mornings based on some of the advertising and what we're not really doing. So look forward to that, where we'll actually be playing out testimonies, having certain things there, product information, product testimonies, again, to, really give some credence rather, and legitimacy to, continually to help people. Because people have gotten results. Hundreds of them have, thousands in fact. So what's stopping you from getting those results? That number again, 222-8261. Mr. Carter, sir. Okay.
All right, let me play that voice. No, that was a little bit.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Batson. Great topic, great program. I want to get some CMOS because I go into the market and I get any CMOS. So somebody tell me, find myself by Dr. Batson to get some of the good CMOS. And I know Dr. Batson, do not put milk in the people thing. Like you say that one. Don't put milk in the people thing. Enjoy you. I ain't reached by here yet because of funds, but I'm hoping to reach soon. But I need to get some CMOS because it seems like it didn't have the best one is on the market. That's what I hear, but somebody tell me you have the best CMOS. So I will have to find myself by you to get some of that CMOS. And I have to remember not to put milk in the people face. Dr. Batson, have a wonderful day. I like hearing you.
Oh gosh. Thank you so very much, my dear. And I will take that. Thank you so very much. You're very welcome. And yes, we have exceptionally good CMOS. I made sure, and I got some really good stuff for you guys. You all know me. I don't play games. Yeah, so proper thing. And the thing is, it yields well. I was very satisfied with the quality. I was satisfied with the quantity. You're getting real value for your money. So check it out. And we have a lot of new stuff coming too as well. Cold pressed coconut oil. We loading all your proper thing all across the board. All right. Thank you so very much for that. You make me laugh. You really, really make my morning with that one day. And as she so rightfully said, don't put milk in the people thing. Right? In addition to that, one of the things too as well as regards to products. Okay, so iOptics formula we do have in stock. Nerve Restore, that is our product on special. So take advantage of that. A great discount on Nerve Restore. So I know a lot of you all want to stock up. And of course, a lot of you want to try the product. Now, keep in mind, if you know things real bad with you can't hit me a one capsule for the day. Some only need 2 capsules. Some always 2 a day capsule. If you know it take real bad with you ain't sleeping for years, you're stressed out, you have depression, you're going through anxiety, this thing real bad with you, we might have to change that accordingly. But let me tell you something. You're going to get some really, really good results. Ms. Marcia Griffith Maraj is saying, can Santulan be used by someone with a stroke? Yes, they can. However, what I would suggest you do, Miss Marcia Griffith Maraj, based on your condition, if you can't come in the office, what we could do a consultation on the phone with you, which is with intake information. So we need to know your medication, medical history, that type of thing. We could do that for you and listen to me. I could make recommendations. We could make recommendations. Somebody could come and pick it up, and you could be home in your house starting to get better. We have done that on hundreds of occasions. People say, Dr. Batson, not coming and see you, and you take your car, come here, you walk in your car, walk, you coming to see me. But don't let that stop you. That's why we have telephones. That's why we have WhatsApp. That's why we have Zoom. We live in a modern world now. Everything is at the tip of your fingertips. You just have to be able to utilize it. And even in medicine, we're not performing surgery. I'm not doing a massage on you. So sort yourself out, my dear. Let us try our best to help you, to help yourself. Very, very important. Doc, how can you tell the difference from wild crafted as opposed to pool grown? Oh, well, that's the thing. You had to know who you're getting it from. I don't use no pool, nothing. I don't want nothing to grow in no pool and nothing. I'm not selling that. I'm sorry. I get in proper well-crafted thing for you. Proper thing you get it. Down to the letter. Miss Kelsha Pahote asked the question, Doc, do you treat keloids? In all honesty, I never did. but it is something I can treat because I just never got the opportunity. But based on my knowledge and skill set, I don't see a problem helping persons with it. If we could deal with this thing, scar tissue and adhesions, which is one of the hardest things to deal with in the human body, then we can deal with some keloids. Because people who are prone to keloids are people who are prone, because keloids is really scar tissue, a form of scar tissue. So that once you could deal with that, it is a process to deal with it. But yes, we can definitely deal with it. Okay. So again, Sparkle says, I will call for a consultation with my mom. She has a brain stroke. Okay, good. Well, sorry to hear your mom had a brain stroke. But good, you all could call and actually do the consultation, come in, have the test, the blood analysis done, magnetic resonance, and do that entire package once you could afford it. If not, come and do your consultation at least, and let's get you in a better place. Let's get you in a better place. So it's 11:25, so we're very close to the end of our program. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. To the listeners of Sky 99.5, always a pleasure to, as I said, be in your company. I hope you would have learned something, you would have taken something today. And how could we, find a way to help you, to help someone get better or help yourself get better? Don't suffer. Some people just suffering. And let me tell you something. One of the things that we do sometimes, we take care of everybody else except ourselves. So sometimes I kneel down and ask God to give you the wisdom. And, to find a way somehow to make some time for yourself. Because let me tell you something. Remember, what I tell you? What I tell you? If it is your vessel is empty, then if your cup empty, you can't fill somebody else's own, right? If your cup is empty, you cannot fill someone else's own. So try and fill up. Somebody fill up all your cup now. Sort yourself out. Come to Batson Associates, get a nice foot detox, your executive consultation, and help yourself. Set yourself. So the thing is, again, those telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's first floor Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number for Chaguanas is 222. That's 222-8261. Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number for St. James is 220, my apologies, 8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago, of course, is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 226-4553. Again, that's 226-4553. Check out our CBOS. We have CBOS in abundance, guys. Property, right? And of course, with CMOS, keep in mind, you don't have to boil CMOS. You all know that, right? You can just soak CMOS, blend the one that is soaked when it comes to the gel, and just put that in your fridge and use that, right? You don't need to boil CMOS. When you boil CMOS, remember, heat destroys enzymes, So you don't want to take out from the thing. You want to get it all the strength in it as possible. Good for international consultations. Guys, book your consultation at number again, 868. That's 868-373-2388. Again, that's 868-373-2388. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. So I hope today's program, as I said, would have been beneficial to you. I hope God continue to bless you and your family. Good health to you. Today is Sunday, so we know today is the day that we just eat the little macaroni pie, the little macaroni salad, the little potato salad. So all them salad and them have a little mayonnaise and cheese in it, right? So lessen on some of those and make sure you have a little green salad in the mix, right? Or you put a little green fix salad or something. Change it up a little bit now. Put some fiber there. We don't want when we finish eating the meal, it's heart attack business. Good? As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try illness. God bless you guys. Carter, sir, always a pleasure to be in your company. To the listeners of Sky 99.5, I look forward to some of you guys joining us on our lives tonight. Keep in mind our social media handles. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On TikTok, it's at Batson and Associates. And YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. God bless you guys again, and do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Keep in mind our live this evening, where we'll be drawing our giveaways for our Father's Day promotion, well, our month of June promotion for fathers, as well as that question and answer, which is going to be tonight. I'm going to be joined by our senior consultant, Ms. Karishma Ramdan, and that's going to be from 8 to 9:30 on all our social medias. Remember, like us, share us, tag 5 friends. Take care, guys. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Recordings.